Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel today. My name is Christian and today we're here to talk about the new record from Trophy Eyes. It is titled Chemical Miracle, and I wasn't really a massive fan of Trophy Eyes' last record. I didn't feel like it really had anything unique going on. It was their debut record. Really didn't feel like the songs were good enough, and so going into this record I didn't really have that high an expectation, and to my absolute delight and surprise, they've delivered a very, very solid record with some real highlights. So I'm really excited to talk about this record. Let's just get straight into the positives because there's a lot of them. There's only like one or two negatives for this record. So positives wise, Chlorine opens up the record so well. It is so anthemic, so big. The melody is absolutely great. It is the best song on the record. The melody is absolutely incredible, and the instrumental builds so well, really backs up the vocals the best way it can, and everything going on throughout this entire song is really great. I love the vocalist going from those screams to going to these really silky cleans throughout the entire song. Really great song to open up the record. Counting Sheep is the second track on the record. It's much more aggressive, much more heavy, mostly screaming throughout the entire song, and then the instrumental is very heavy as well. Really cool song. And those two songs kind of give you the two different sides to this record, with the heavy side and then the lighter side with a bit of heavy still left in there. So really, if you like those two songs, I have a feeling you're really going to enjoy this record. Their vocalist, John, has a really cool way of going from screams to cleans. He has a really great range. His cleans just sound like it's a different person singing, and I actually had to look up whether they had two singers. They don't. It's the same guy. It sounds like two different people, and that is such a unique thing and so great. Nosebleed has a real Hellions vibe to it. If you've listened to the new Hellions record, Opera Oblivia, Nosebleed sounds like it came straight off that record. It's a really good song, and you can really hear the Hellions vibe, and you can hear it because I feel Hellions had a bit to do with that track, if not a few tracks throughout this record. If you didn't know, Hellions and Trophy Eyes actually recorded their new records back to back in the same studio. Hellions went in, they recorded their record, and then as they were leaving, Trophy Eyes came in. So I feel like there was a bit of deliberation between the two of them, hence why there's some similarities between those records. But yeah, a really good song in Nosebleed. And then we get into Chemical, which is a really cool interlude. It uses a lot of loops of just random sounds, including the voice of the vocalist, and their vocalist screams over the top of the loops and then just lets the loops play. Really cool interlude. Only goes for about a minute and a half, and is actually a highlight on the record. Breathe You In is a really good song as well. Really anthemic. The chorus is massive, and it's just really well written. There are some really well written songs on this record, and that's so good to see from a band in this kind of genre. Their melodic side is a lot more fleshed out, a lot more tight, feels just like it's at its perfect level, whereas the heavy side of their music kind of feels a bit looser, doesn't feel as well written, and sometimes it just comes in out of nowhere and it kind of feels unwelcome. That only happens a couple of times throughout the record, but yeah, the melodic side is definitely a bit more fleshed out than the heavy side. Suicide Past is a great song. It's really fast-paced, really punky, and has a great mix of screams and cleans. Really cool song towards the middle of the record. The drumming throughout this entire record is top-notch, as is the lead guitar playing. As far as the drumming goes, the drummer really knows what to play and where to play it. He really knows when to do fills, when to just stay on the beat, and that's really cool for this record. And the lead guitar playing throughout this entire record really elevates a lot of the sections. A lot of the sections could have fell a bit flat if they hadn't had those lead guitars in there, and so the lead guitarist did a really good job on this record. Daydreamer closes out the record really well as well. It's very anthemic again. It's the longest track on the record. It's about 5 minutes long, and it just builds throughout that 5 minutes, and then ends on this big anthemic ending, and it's a really cool way to end the record. Now to get into some of the negatives, and there's only two negatives, and they're kind of the same thing, and that's Heaven Sent and Rain on Me. They're okay songs, but they're just not to the same standard as all the other tracks on the record, and to be honest, that's the only real negative I have for this record. Overall, it's a really strong record from Trophy Eyes, one that I can definitely see myself listening to again and again, especially certain songs like Chlorine, which I know I'll be playing all the time. It's a record that you should definitely give a chance, and one that I feel like a lot of people are going to like. And those two negatives that I pointed out, I can see a lot of people liking those songs, so if you're going to hit me up with hate in the comments, just go ahead and do that, because I don't give a fuck. So my top 3 tracks now, they're going to be Chlorine, Breathe You In, and Suicide Past. On first listen, I gave this record a 3.5 out of 5, and then after multiple listens, I'm going to finish with a final rating of 3.5 out of 5. Definitely go and check out this record this week. Anyway, thanks for watching my videos today. Please hit subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Fresh Cones.